Hello, everyone. We're back with Larry Foster. I have 3 minutes of questions for you, Larry, so we can all get to know you a little bit better. First of all, Jackson High School graduate.
Graduate, class of 1972.
Yeah.
Yes.
And brothers and sisters.
I have one brother, a younger brother.
Yeah. And what did your parents do for a living?
My father worked for the DT&I Railroad here in Jackson at the repair yard, and my mother was a homemaker.
And you live in Jackson or outside Jackson?
Right now I live outside of Jackson.
How about as a kid? Where'd you guys live at?
I lived in town, or on the edge of town, and been a Jackson resident all my life.
Yeah. We all know you as Jackson County Water guy. What other professions have you had?
Well, I worked on the railroad for 9 years early on. I did some independent contracting with on my own, and also in conjunction with a local Christian group of handymen, handywomen. And then I also worked as an inventory control clerk for one of the local food processing plants. And then I went to work for Jackson County Water. I've been there ever since.
How long have you been part of this church?
Since 1971, as best memory serves. Yeah.
And I know you've probably held every office in the church, done all kinds of things. What's been the most gratifying thing you've been part of in this church? Or one of them? I mean, I'm sure
that's a tough question, because obviously as we serve Christ and try to do the best we can, those things that reach other people, and we see growth and we see development and we see nurturing take place, and if we have any part in that at all, that's very gratifying. One of the things that I was involved in that I thought was very gratifying was from the years 75, 78 through 86, 88, in that time frame. I was part of a puppet group. We had a pretty sophisticated puppet ministry at that time called the MF Pop, which was Maranatha Fellowship Puppet Outreach Productions. And it gave us the opportunity to reach children. We went to a lot of different churches, and as our little joke is, we were almost international because we stood on the shores of Lake Erie and pointed at Canada, and that almost made us an international ministry. But it gave us the opportunity to deal with children and to help them to grow in their faith and to learn Bible stories and Bible concepts. And as a part of that MF Pop ministry, we also had what was called the Buckaroo Bob Bible Buckaroo Club. And this was back in the days long before social media. And so everything was done on Gestetner copiers, and we printed out newsletters. We sent out mailings to these children. They had collector cards of Bible characters.
Wow.
And we stayed in contact with probably several hundred children for a good while. So that was a gratifying experience. Was it the only gratifying experience? Everything I'm involved in the church, in my faith walk, if I pause and think about it and really appreciate what God's doing, is gratifying.
What's your hope for the Christ Church of Jackson? For the future of this church?
Well, for this church to be a loving and welcoming sanctuary for the community, a place where people can come and learn about Jesus. They can grow together as brothers and sisters in Christ, and that we can generate more people who will go out and share the gospel, so that we're perpetuating the Great Commission.
Thank you so much for everything you have done for this church and everything you're going to do for the church. And maybe bring back the puppet ministry?
Could be. You never know what might happen in the future.
All right. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you, John. I appreciate being here.